This week there has been three important events in the political life of the world, or at least of the UK. The first one is Trump's inauguration. I'm not going to make any comment on it because I'm going to give Trump at least 100 days of courtesy before I start ranting against him. But today I want to talk about, again, Brexit. And this is Monterey, and welcome to my car rant! This last week we have two news regarding Brexit. The first one was Theresa May's press conference telling us the Brexit plan. And the second one was the rule of the Supreme Court towards the need of a vote in the Parliament for triggering Article 50. I'm going to start with the last one. For the people who complain about the judges being in politics or just doing some political work, they are totally wrong. So in a democracy, it's normal that one of the powers, which is the judges, have a different opinion about an issue as the government, and that is good. That creates a balance of power in which neither the judges nor the government can do whatever they want. And the judges have ruled that the sovereignty of this country relies on the parliament. So we wanted to have our country back, so yeah, let's have it back. Let's vote in the parliament. I think that is a good thing. But there is another thing I don't understand. So Brexit is a big decision. Imagine the biggest decision in your life. Normally they say this the marriage, but I say this just buying a house. Anyway, imagine that you're going to buy a house and then you go to find a mortgage broker. And the first thing you do with the mortgage broker is probably sign a contract. And in that contract, you just establish the conditions. How much are you going to pay him for the service? How much is going to take him for looking for a mortgage and so forth. And then he looks for mortgages that will suit you. But I don't think anyone in his right state of mind will just sign only the first contract and say like, you know, Paul, do whatever you want. I totally trust you. I just signed this contract. Go ahead. Choose the mortgage for me. Whatever deal, whatever interest rate, whatever like years. I don't care because you are going to get me a red, white and blue mortgage. And after all, mortgage means mortgage. No one does that. So after a few days, you come back to the office of the broker and he just presents you different options. He may even tell you like, I think this is the best one for you, and then you choose. But you choose with your interest rate, the years you're going to sign, the total amount of the money, you know, the commissions, you know everything. So why on earth we are not going to have a second referendum knowing the conditions of the exit of the UK? Why are you asking from a poor mortgage broker more than you are asking from Her Majesty government, the Prime Minister, who in my opinion is leading this country to an abyss? And now brings me to the second part of the rant, her press conference. I don't know where to start, because if you think that Brexit means Brexit, or blue, red and white Brexit was like a nonsense, Global Britain is either racist or a totally, utterly nonsense. And I mean racist because if you are trying to bring the old days where Britain was ruling half of the world with an iron fist, if Global Britain means going back to that era, don't come with me, please. I will just leave this country. But I don't think that was Theresa May's point. I think she was thinking more about this, I don't know, consultor, like blah 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 language that means nothing. Just means that Britain is going to be a global player in the stage of the world or something like that. But newsflash, Britain is already global and it's already a big player in the world. A month ago, it was the first time in 5 years almost, the first time that I was that someone made fun of me because I was speaking Spanish on the phone. I was walking through Guildford, speaking with my friend Susana. You know her from other episodes, and someone started like to me. And, I mean, it was fine. I mean, I didn't feel threatened or anything. It was just a joke. It felt wrong. It felt totally wrong. So if this is what global Britain means, cut me off. She didn't assure what is going to happen to us, the EU citizens that have been paying taxes for a long period of time and have been contributing to the life here in a symbiotic way. The only things that we know for sure is that the UK is going to leave the European Union, the single market, and the customs union. I would like to ask Theresa what she thinks she's going to do with Ireland. Yeah, because if she leaves the customs union, it means that she needs to put customs in the hard border in Northern Ireland. And if she thinks that the Irish people, and now I mean in the Republic of Ireland, if she thinks that the Irish people will choose to be together with the UK rather than to be part of a market of 440 million people, discounting the 60 millions in the UK, she is delusional. For me, the worst part of her address was the point where she was threatening Europe. And she said that if Europe didn't give us like a good deal, there would be catastrophic consequences, and I'm quoting, catastrophic consequences to the countries in the EU. And then she kind of like hinted to create like a tax haven in this island. I don't like this rhetoric. I don't like it at all. I think that was the main point of the European Union. That was something that it was said too little during the campaign. I just made it the biggest point of my first car rant, which is there are no wars in Europe. And this is the kind of things that can escalate into a big conflict. Because I understand that the UK wants to be a sovereign country, but Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Hungary, and etc. are also sovereign countries. And we all sacrifice a little bit of our sovereignty for being part of a greater good. But I can tell you, Theresa May, I can really tell you that no country is going to sacrifice just a tiny speck of their sovereignty just to accommodate, to make relationships better with the UK. And remember what is going to happen with Gibraltar, because I love the UK, but Gibraltar is part of Spain, and I had like a easy relationship with Gibraltar. Like, okay, it's part of the European Union, there is not such a big difference. But now they want to be part of the European Union. What are you going to do with them? What happens if you castigate Spain with catastrophic consequences and we decide to close the gate? What is going to happen if France decides to close the Eurotunnel? What is going to happen if the Netherlands decide to not allow any ferry from the UK to land on Rotterdam? Are you going to be global? Or you are thinking that a misogynist racist on the other side of the Atlantic is going to give you a better deal than your neighbors? It's like when you are run out of salt, instead of asking for a cup of salt to your neighbor, you just drive 100 miles to a racist uncle, and when you are driving you realize that you are afraid because he maybe grabbed you by the... Or do you prefer just to make a trade deal with New Zealand that is global, or Australia? Yeah, it's just on the other side of the world. It's so convenient. So my point here is, wake up, Theresa. You are not the Prime Minister of the British Empire. You are the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And my rant is not only against Theresa May, it's also against Jeremy Corbyn. I mean, Why? Why are you going to vote to trigger the Article 50? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? I mean, that is the lamest political move ever made. You know what? Because if Brexit is a good idea, Theresa is going to get the credit. Of course she's going to get the credit. She's promoting it. But if it's a bad idea, you are not going to be able to tell her anything because you voted for Brexit. So you need to explain to me, like, in a very simple way, what drives you to vote for triggering Article 50? I mean, please make an effort, because it's such a stupid political move that I don't understand it unless you're a Brexiter yourself, or even worse. So there is not much that we can do. We can write to our MPs. Mine is a prominent lever, so I think I will save the ink. And just hope for a second referendum. Just hope for having like the possibility of choosing our mortgage, and not just giving all the power to the mortgage broker. And with that, I just say goodbye for this week. Bye bye. These people talk about, democracy and being voted for. Who voted for Theresa May as a prime minister? Who voted for Jeremy Corbyn to be the head of the opposition? I was here in 2015, and neither of them were, there was this guy called Cameron that brought all this mess to us, and there was Ed Miliband. But these people. So it's funny how it's very important that people voted, but but they didn't vote for me. Shh.